Reunion with us today. It's been fabulous for coming over. All started here on Saturday and again yesterday and today. And it was a bit of a stop-start with regard to arrangements. We finally got here and that was terrific. And also welcome to Jeremy Crow and all the mates that played with Jeremy Silcock. We'll get into that later on. But first up, Bronny.
Thanks, Miles. Obviously, it's good to see everyone back here tonight, but it's obviously a bad day for the club. It hasn't been too long that we've won all three grades, and obviously today was one of those days. But obviously, we put up a good fight for 2 or 3 quarters, but once again, we got overrun the last quarter. I think we were within 2 points, 10 minutes into the last quarter, ended up getting done by about 30. But we've been trying to make some inroads and producing some players coming up. I think Chris Morrill played reserves today, and young Shaq's up there, and we've got a couple of players in the state program, so we are doing our best to produce some footballers for this football club. Today our awards goes to our vice captain, who was in a serious car accident a week ago. One of his young mates passed away, and we weren't quite sure whether we were going to play him, but he wanted to play, and he did his best, prepared well. I think he kicked 1 or 2 goals today, had 21 touches, and just really got the boys going early on, and that was young Macaulay. The parents, family and all that. 4th best player, Stony Hair voucher and Subway voucher goes to a player who's just missed out on playing state on the weekend, and he's our captain, but hopefully he did enough today to get a gig next week. We've just got to wait and see what happens during the week, but he's our inspirational captain, does a lot of hard things, works his butt off week in, week out, uses the ball very, very well, and that goes to Mitch Howlett. Our 3rd best player, another Stony Hair voucher, Subway voucher, goes to another player who's been working with the state program. He's our big ruckman, #1 ruckman, and I reckon since he's been involved in that program, he's got better and better, working with the better players in the competition. Really dominated up forward today. We pushed him forward, and I think he kicked the goal, but he was a focal point up forward, took a few marks, suffered a couple of goals, but his centre bounce work was really good, and give our ball his first use, and that goes to Borrett. Our 2nd best player goes to a player who's plays for Trinity, I think. He's a PSA kid. We only get him for 4 or 5 times a year, but I wish we had him out every week. He's a class act, takes a real good contested marks. I think he kicked 4 goals today, took 7 marks inside 50. Should end up with probably 6 or 7 goals, missed a couple shots in front of goal, but we'll get him again this week, and hopefully he can put on another good show for the boys. And he's got a real bright future ahead of him. That goes to Ruggiero. Our best player goes to the past player, $20 cash, goes to a young kid who's a very handy cricketer as well. Last week he got an award as well against Perth. He kept going to ground. I asked him to keep his feet in contests, and I think he had something like 20 touches, 3 goals, 2. Should end up with 5 goals, but he's a real talent. He's really good on the deck, and does find the goals very easy, and that goes to Liam O'Connor.
Yeah, just like the players with the cash, and to the reserves and the league boys, put up a good tight contest. Hopefully we've got some more boys back to win next week, and start us up well with the grades. So, cheers.
Michael, and next week of course it's the Echo here, so we'll look forward to that game. Here's the man. Took us to a victory at Dalby last week, and sort of loaded his us a bit today, but I'm sure he'll tell us all about it.
Thanks very much, Marvels. Welcome to all the premiership stars and the Footy Club. It is a wonderful team. It looks like the boys have been going pretty hard. It's Grant, play on something. You can't go to sleep this early on Monday. Anyway, great to have the successful players previous around the place, and yeah, the Silvercock family obviously they're here. Great to have you here. Apologies for the results today. In terms of the reserves, I was pretty proud of the reserves today. To be quite honest, not very often I say I'm proud of an effort when you lose a game of footy. Certainly wasn't an lack of endeavour. One stat that was profound was we went inside 59 times, almost 60 times to their 36, and lost by 2 goals. So we had a few functioning problems forward, and we did lack a key forward to help us in that situation. But the guys that played up there, you know, they did well. The team really made some big inroads today in terms of previous performances in effort, which was the main thing. So I was pretty happy with their efforts all round. Best players. 4th best player was a player that's come back to the club after being a reasonably, well, he is a talented player, a talented Colts player who was around the place. I know there was a cruise at West Coast that we're talking about at one time. He did a bit of a pre-season, went away, come back today, played his first game for the club. He's a profound kicker of football, so he's much welcomed in that regard here. And he was pretty good in his first game as David Dalby. Next best player today was a bloke who played plenty of league football. I thought his second half was sensational, many clearances, and worked tirelessly, kicking the ball inside 50, might have kicked it in there a fair bit. I can't remember if it's 50, whether it was a pretty good game by Macaulay. Second best player today was a bloke who had an outstanding first half. He did Peter, to be honest, but his first half of work was, was very solid. He's got a big tank, he works hard, he knows what he's got to work on, but it's a pretty good game today by Stephen Payne. While Payne's coming up here, best player, sensational kid, just an absolute out and out champion bloke, really important part of the future development of our footy club. He is a leader, he's got a big future in front of him, he's a terrific, I reckon he's an ambassador for all young blokes that are trying to develop into being a player. He's got ability, he's got a couple of things that probably genetically didn't quite go his way, in leg speed and a few things like that, but I'll tell you what, he's an astute student of the game. He works his backside off every week, and a terrific game by Rowan and Brookes.
Thanks for the award, Payne. Disappointing day for the club. The residents, a lot of positives to take away from it. Just efficiency is a big thing in football. We had a lot of it, just didn't capitalise. Probably reflecting the league game as well. Just ball used to kill you in a game of footy. But we've got a great game. We'll play again next week and hopefully take a win away.